Join me as I dive into 5 terrifying horror stories that happen while you're asleep, and see if I can make it through the night without getting freaked out. As we lay in bed, it's natural to feel a sense of vulnerability. The darkness outside our windows, the creaks and groans of our homes. It's all enough to make us wonder if we're truly alone. And it's in this state of vulnerability that our deepest fears can take hold. The idea of something happening to us while we're asleep is a universal fear, one that taps into our primal need for safety and security. Sleep is supposed to be a time of rest and rejuvenation, but for many of us, it's also a source of anxiety. What if we wake up to find something lurking in the shadows? What if we're not alone in the darkness? These are the kinds of fears that keep us up at night, and they're the perfect fodder for the terrifying tales I'm about to share with you. The unknown can be a powerful catalyst for fear, and when it comes to sleep, there's no shortage of mysteries. From strange noises to unexplained movements, there are countless ways for our imaginations to run wild. And it's in this fertile ground of fear that the following stories take root. Let's dive into our first story. A woman wakes up in the middle of the night to find a figure standing in her bedroom doorway. At first, she thinks it's just her imagination, but as she looks closer, she realizes that the figure is slowly moving towards her. What's even more terrifying is that when she tries to scream, she finds that her voice is frozen in her throat. Another story tells the tale of a man who starts to feel a presence in his bed. At first, he thinks it's just his partner, but as he reaches over to touch them, he realizes that there's no one there. The presence starts to move closer and closer until he can feel its icy breath on the back of his neck. A third story involves a group of friends who decide to sleep in a haunted mansion. As they're drifting off to sleep, they start to hear strange noises and movements. But it's not until they're awoken in the middle of the night by an unseen force that they realize they're in grave danger. The fourth story is about a woman who starts to experience strange and terrifying occurrences in her home. Doors slam shut on their own, and she starts to feel like she's being watched. But it's not until she discovers a dark presence lurking in her closet that she realizes the true horror of her situation. And then there's the fifth story. About a man who starts to sleepwalk and finds himself in places he can't remember. But as he starts to piece together his fragmented memories, he realizes that he's been doing some pretty terrifying things while he's been asleep. The most shocking part of these stories is that they're not just fictional tales. They're based on real-life experiences. The idea that something can happen to us while we're asleep is a very real fear, one that's rooted in our deepest anxieties. Recapping these chilling stories, it's clear that the horrors of the night can be more real than we think. Whether it's a malevolent presence or a dark force, the unknown can be a powerful catalyst for fear. If you're brave enough, I want to hear from you. Which of these stories did you find the scariest? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're looking for more spine-tingling tales, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my latest videos.